Spawning in the bottom left position of the map that is Neo Planet S, we're going to have our first player today. Coming in for Team MVP as a Red Terran player, it is going to be Dream. And spawning in the top right position as the Blue Zerg player. Coming in for Acer, it is none other than Nerchio. And Dream needs to pause, so we've already found a way to make things a little bit awkward to start things off. He's experiencing lag, which many players are willing to do. Of course, if you guys are wondering about the servers, Dream as a Korean, and Nerchio is European, so we just picked the middle server, so that neither player has a big edge, but yeah, this is a little bit awkward. So it looks like Dream is going to be ready to just go. So hopefully everything is okay as far as that goes. A little bit awkward when you have to pause like that. But Nerchio is ready to go. So he's going to count down. Oh, Dream, so fancy with the countdown. So fancy with that countdown. And neither player is going to be doing anything like a super fast spawning pool or anything like that. So there's only so much to worry about. In fact, let's look at a bit more information here. Let me just delve a little bit more into the stats here, of course, for Acer TeamStory Cup. We've kind of moved into the second round of the group stage. We have played so many matches, in fact. Let's just look at some information as far as the team standings are concerned. Now, the team that is playing here today, the Korean team, MVP, currently 7-1 with a plus 21 map score. These guys have been dominating pretty much. And right now, they're actually ahead of the team that had to forfeit, or Karate Esports Club. So they're comfortably in first place. Team Acer, though, the team in which Nerchio plays, fourth place. Still have a chance of getting into that top four. They're already in it right now. They have a very, very thin ice since they are currently... there are only one map ahead of Team Liquid right now, who are in fifth place. And there's about 7 maps ahead of... but they're only one match ahead of Mouse. So, 2 teams that are very capable of trying to make a comeback in this tournament, kind of earning their ways up into the next match. Definitely available. Now, Dream is going to go for the command center first. He will get his barracks and gas shortly thereafter. And pretty standard openings from both of these players. The hatch first into the spawning pool for Nerchio. He's not doing anything weird at all, really. This is about as normal as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. And he is just going to do his thing. Now, as far as the way that these players like to actually go throughout the majority of their actual games, Dream is like any other Korean Terran player. Good at cheese, good at macro, and somewhat reasonably decent at timings. Not going to be a player that likely does something like a 2-base all-in. Going to be more so a very, very well thought out methodical build, unless it's based around a very aggressive push, which we have seen before. But Nerchio is going to be favoring a little bit more of... Well, he's actually kind of the same, to be honest. He can go for the very aggressive plays. We've seen him do that classically. He's going to go for these 4 Zerglings straight over to the main natural of Dream. And I mean, if Dream delayed this bunker by any bit, he would lose his Marine to the Zerglings, possibly his second Marine. But nope. There's a bunker. Nerchio will be denied. For now, at least. As Dream does get this barracks and his factory together. He started that reactor after the 2 Marines. Very standard play here. And Nerchio, he's going to go to double gas. This is what I was saying, though. This could be for something like a very fast evolution chamber. But this could also be for something like a Roach Horn. And knowing Nerchio, it's actually impossible to tell. He is continuing to drone up quite heavily. He's not looking to immediately invest in anything else. Of course, he will need to invest into the drones to mine the gas, but he's just kind of chilling for now, waiting to see a tech building. Is he going to go for the speed first? Is he going to go for the lair? We don't actually know just. He doesn't have that 100 gas, but Dream, he's going to move into Hellion production. We do have the barracks moved over to cover the rest of that wall. So we could see him move into that tech lab. Yep, there you go. So he can get up his stim packs. And, well, Nerchio, this is how he likes to play the game. He's going to get a Roach Horn and a third base at the same time. So this can be one of those situations where you get third and you want your Terran opponent to scout the third very, very badly. Basically saying, yes, Hellions, please, please scout me out. I want you to see everything, and then you just come up with a bunch of roaches. And Dream does have the barracks as part of his walls, so he won't have perfect surface area for repairing it. In fact, these Hellions are going to move out now. Nerchio knows the Dream is kind of going for those Hellions at standard play. And, you know, Nerchio's actually going to go for double evolution chamber behind this as well. So it's kind of like, you know, could it be a Roach Horn? Could it be double Evo? Well, it is both. And these Hellions trying to come in here and poke away at these creep tumors, but Nerchio's Queens are going to be standing strong, putting on that counter pressure. And, well, Dream's Hellions are going to scout out this third base, but +1/1 is on the way now for our Zerg player. And while there isn't a lair on the way, there could still be a fast +1/1 timing with these roaches. This could just be using the roaches to defensively take that third base and then move into Roach Hydralisk. But Dream, well, he's actually not built any Marauders, so he won't have anything crazy well to defend against roaches if he did get attacked. But double evolution chamber coming in for the Terran player now. We have Widowmine production beginning, Starport, Barracks, and this is the very standard play out of Dream, the 3 command center play. This is how Koreans play StarCraft 2. And he's just got these Hellions out here to kind of watch for the creep, watching for any units moving out. And Nerchio, he uses the roaches. He only builds a handful of them. He doesn't want to commit to anything crazy. Only 4. And that's going to be just enough to shove Hellions off of his third base. And that's really all he needs if he wants to be able to safely take that expansion and not worry about too much anything else. Now, there's a lair coming in for Nerchio. Very standard as well. He can actually move into a fast +2/2 if he wants. He could go for something like a Hydralisk Den. He could go for the fast Roach speed. I feel like it will be the Hydralisk Den and the Roach speed, unless he wants to go straight to Hive. And that can be very risky, trying to get up the Hive tech before you have anything else, especially since his opponent is going bio. So you don't want to rush straight to Vipers or anything like that. You kind of just die if your opponent goes for anything like a 2/2 timing. So Dream's going to land that third orbital command. He's going to come take this base. He's got the Widow Mines available. He's looking good. He's going to get his armory up. And the armory is actually going to line up nicely with this the timings of that 1/1. So he's actually looking pretty good as far as his setup is. Now we do have the Roach speed starting. 1/1's about to complete for Nerchio. He can start that 2/2 very quickly. And just kind of utilize that fast double evolution chambers as much as possible. Hydralisk Den is coming in. And he's actually going to get up a that 2/2 very, very fast. I like this because one of the things it's going to do is make these roaches so much harder to kill. And it's not just about, you know, well, is there a specific number of upgrades that matters versus Marines? That, you know, it's just roaches already have +1 armor built in. They start out with 1 armor for free because they are armored units. And what this basically allows them to do is just tank the extra Marine hits, because if Dream pushes out before his upgrades finish, like he is now, well, they are finishing up as he moves out. But you know, he wants to attack with the upgrades completing, because that gives him the largest possible window of time where his upgrades are done and his opponents might not be. But since Nerchio is ahead, any timing attack that Dream makes with something like a +1 or +2 is going to be barely behind. And we do have him stimming forward. He's trying to clear out these creep tumors, utilizing the scans. And it's actually a really nice amount of damage being done to at least the vision by Dream. And oh goodness, Nerchio needs to be so careful with how he approaches this. Widowmine detonates on a Hydralisk. The Overseer is here though. It does actually have that speed upgrade, so he'll be able to move quite fast to keep track of these units. But Dream didn't really kill too much. The thing is, the Terran player is kind of getting away with his third orbital command. He was able to land this when he wanted. He hasn't been punished for it. And this could be that moment. We do have Dream going for big counterattack. These Widow Mines are going to burrow in this little crotch spot between these 2 evolution chambers. He's actually running the Hellions into the third. There's a Roach here to deal with these, but he's going to kill some of these units off. The third base might fall for Dream. Nerchio's Hydralisk are right on top of this. The Medevac's trying to move into the main base, picking up even more of these units. These Mines are still doing very, very nice nestle between these evolution chambers. The Marines, the Marauders stimming forward. He is going to bring the Mines as well, and with this area of effect damage, might be able to do enough. But the Roach reinforcements are coming in. Those Mines, though, really ravaging Nerchio's army. But with the third orbital command, that's a lot of production losses, a lot of income, with especially off those mules. And I will say though, these Mines, oh no, these Mines, Nerchio, this could get ugly really quickly. The drones actually, that one actually detonates on the eggs. These mines not doing crippling amounts of damage. He actually still has an opportunity to defend against these before they really hurt him. He doesn't need to get, he has the roaches there with that sport crawler. He could have lost all these drones very easily. And these SCVs are all going to die. Ooh, the Widow Mine actually helping to soften those SCVs up. Not bad play at all. This Overlord from Nerchio is just being the brave little toaster here, flying into the fray for no reason whatsoever. And a bit of a miss rally. Nerchio's going to lose a few Overlords. Not a huge deal, though, because he has done a lot of damage. He did kill off that base. He killed off a good number of SCVs. The drone count is 69 to 45. And Nerchio's on 3 bases. He's still saturated. He has that 2-2. And this is the best time for him to fight because he doesn't have the hive. He does have the infestation pit finishing up, but he's not going to be able to start 3-3. And if Dream decides to invest into that +3 attack, +3 armor, and he can get ahead in upgrades, that could be exactly what he needs to come back here. The drop is trying to hit this 3rd base. He's stimming the Marines, bringing them forward. But there's a couple Hydralisks, a Roach, and a Queen. He's not going to be able to do too much. Nerchio is getting close to maxing out. Dream is kind of stuck around this 117 supply marker, just now breaking 120. And with these Overseers, Nerchio, he's been shutting down all of these Widow Mines. He hasn't really been able to get the position that he wants. And although Dream's taking some nice fights, I feel like he's having too much trouble. Nerchio's going to push into the natural. He's got a great arc with these units here, and he is just going to shove his way right on in. These Hydralisks utilizing their DPS. There's a lot of medevacs here, though I don't know if Nerchio will be able to break through. He is doing his absolute best to punch into this, but Dream taking a very cost-effective fight, chewing out 50 supply of Nerchio, and now he's only down about 30, which is considerably better than it was before. He's going to try to get another engagement here, which I could end up favoring Nerchio. I feel like Dream needs to make sure he doesn't actually counter-overextend. And now, this is a very, very bad spot to engage in for Nerchio. He still has a supply lead. He's still feeling fine as far as all of that goes. And if he continues to bring the reinforcements over, he's going to do just fine. He needs to make sure he fights with these medevacs because now Nerchio is getting a great position. The Widow Mine's going to barrel, though. Ooh, really throwing in that area effect damage, helping out so much. Dream is going to continue to press forward. He will need another Overseer, but there are more Roaches here. There's more Hydralisks. The 3-3, though, it's halfway done for Dream. If that finishes, Nerchio suddenly finds himself in a little bit more of an awkward position. He's going to have his hive completing soon, but that's not going to be enough if Dream can actually even up the supply here before that 3-3 is done. And here he goes. He's going to move in. Nerchio trying to get that perfect arc around this Bioforce. The medevac's helping so much, but there might be 2 here for our Acer Zerg player. He is running into the natural. The SCVs are going to be pulled. Dream is doing everything he can to hold on to this attack. He knows if he loses his army here, he is going to lose the game, so he has to hold everything together. He has to be able to pull, he has to be willing to pull the SCVs, and it's not a bad idea, but now he sees that this 3rd base has been re-landed, and Dream suddenly has a new big target on this board. If he tries to run away, if he tries to do this endless kiting all day nonsense, he's going to run out of units, and now Dream, he's getting pushed back. It's just the Marauders versus the Hydralisks, and the Hydralisks just have so much more DPS. He is really digging into this force. Dream dropping below 90 supply. Nerchio holding steady at 148. He is going to move in here on this army. The Hydralisks picking up the medevacs now, doing so much damage. The SCVs will get pulled once more, and he's going to run everything into the meat grinder. A couple units coming out of the production rally, but he's going to scan. It looks like he just wants to see what his opponent has back in his main base, perhaps. But I actually don't know where these scans are going. There's the GG. He cannot do anything to hold on here. And Nerchio's going to take game number 1 here in this best of 9 for the Acer TeamStory Cup. So really nice play there from Nerchio. Being able to properly utilize the weakness of that bio play versus the Roach Hydralisk. Just constant aggression once he got that 2-2, and I feel like focusing on the upgrades is an incredibly important thing for him. Just being able to, well, I don't actually know how better else to put it, but being able to stay on top of his opponent's production was very nice. He just had so many units, but well, guys, that was game number 1 in this best of 9 series. So we are going to bring you guys next game as soon as we can. Score is currently 1-0 Acer. Let me make sure I actually move that to the top so you guys can all see it, since I know how badly you want to. And yeah, I'm your English caster for today, Nathanias. You're watching the Acer TeamStory Cup. Don't go anywhere. Game number 2 between MVP and Acer is coming up.